Every once in a while, I run across a product that I just want to share with all of my friends. Kind of shine a spotlight on it, so to speak. Now remember, I take no compensation and no free product from any manufacturer, so my opinions are my opinions. They're unbiased. Let's go see what's in the spotlight today. I'm a woodworker. I make a lot of noise, but I also make a lot of sawdust and wood chips. Now I have a great big piece of equipment upstairs connected to every machine in my shop, and it sucks most of the wood chips and sawdust away from the machine while it's running, but it doesn't get it all. I've also got this big overhead dust filtration system that filters the general air, and it helps a little bit, but I still had this super fine dust floating all over my shop. It was getting on everything and in everything, including my nose. Something had to be done. Then one day I was hanging out in this high-end cigar bar, and even though there was tons of folks in there smoking cigars, there was no haze in the air. In fact, the air was pristine. So I asked around and I found out that they were using something called the Rabbit Air -A2 Air Purifier. And I got to thinking, if that thing will clean up cigar smoke in a cigar bar, it might just get that super fine dust that's floating around in my woodworking shop. So I ordered one. And you know, I couldn't be happier. It has done a fantastic job of clearing the air in my shop. I feel so much better. In fact, I like this so much that I've now ordered a second one to go in the house. You see, I have allergies and clean air is very important to me. Well, it's just come in, so let's go take a look at it. The first thing you're likely to notice about your new Rabbit Air is the packaging. And you say, the packaging's not all that important. Well, yes it is. Packaging is an extension of the overall engineering of a product. Think of it as engineering customer satisfaction. When you first open the box, you'll see a hello message. And one of the things it says is, we hope that this stylish bundle of cleanliness is just what you've been looking for. See what I mean about engineering customer satisfaction? The -A2 has molded styrofoam to protect it and is wrapped in plastic inside the package. And it's pretty easy just to slide right out of the box. Remove the plastic covering and you'll see a quick start guide. Remove that and give it a quick perusal. It's really quite simple to set up. Attached on the back of the unit is the power cord and the included remote control. Go ahead and remove those items so we can lay the machine down on its back. I found that to be easier for installing the filters the first time. There is a plastic film covering the front of the unit. Leave that on for right now. The unit is really pretty and you want to keep it that way. There are magnetic catches that secure the cover. You lift up on those and then slide the unit up and off. And you can now see the multi-stage filter cartridges. Let's take a closer look at that. The Rabbit Air -A2 air filter has a complete filter package that slips out of the machine. And the first thing you'll do is, using these tabs, is you'll lift off the pre-filter. Now the pre-filter will just catch the large stuff before it hits the rest of the filtration system. The next step is to remove the plastic from this filter material that's called the medium filter. The next step is to remove the plastic from the HEPA filter. Behind the HEPA filter is this empty filter frame. And this filter frame is where you will install your custom filter. Now, in my instance, I ordered a toxin absorber custom filter. There are various other custom filters available. I'll go through those in a few minutes, but let's get this filter installed in the frame. The next step and the last step in setting up the filters is to simply take the plastic off the carbon activated filter. I just want to draw your attention to how simple the directions are. Hello, I'm an activated carbon filter. This is my front. Please remove plastic wrapping before operating the unit. I go into the filter case first. It's kind of hard to mess up with these kinds of directions, and I just love it. So let's get the plastic off that. I want to show you one more thing on this carbon filter. Now, you may have seen carbon filters in other air filter systems, but you've not seen a carbon filter like this one. These packets of carbon in between these little squares in this grid are packed. This filter is heavy. And not to worry, if for some reason you forget which is the top and the bottom, it's actually embossed in the plastic here that this is the front. Now, reassembling the filter cartridge is quite easy. Just put it together in the reverse order. Your custom filter, your HEPA filter, your medium filter, and then last but not least, your pre-filter snaps into place. And the unit at this point is ready to go. The entire filter unit now simply slips into place. Replace the cover by attaching the top, slide that down, and allow the magnets to grab the bottom. Now it's safe to remove this plastic covering, and look at how beautiful. There's also a plastic covering over the control panel, and you're going to want to remove that as well before operating the unit. And other than plugging it in, we're ready to go. Before I show you how the unit operates, just wanted to point out a couple of things here on the back. You'll notice these square bump outs here, and these round bump outs here, and these two screws. This all has to do with wall mounting the unit. To wall mount the unit, you'll need to order the optional wall mount, and then you'll need to remove these two screws here, and the base or the stand of the unit will come off. They supply soft bumpers to go into these round areas so this doesn't scratch your wall, and the wall mount gets screwed to the wall, and these little tabs lock in right there, and the unit can be hung anywhere. Now, I'm going to wall mount this, but for right now we'll leave the stand on just so I can show you how it operates. Here on the side of the unit there is one more piece of tape, protective tape, to remove, and this is the particle sensor. This is what controls the speed of the machine when it senses pollutants in the air. Amazing stuff. The unit's plugged in now, so let's turn on the power. And the first thing you'll notice is this air quality indicator light. Now that's blue, which means that it's not really sensing any high particulate matter in the air. The air is pretty clean right now in my shop. The unit is on auto, and that's the way it will arrive when you first turn it on, be in the auto mode, and it's actually running on speed called silent, and I can assure you it really is. Now you can change the speed manually, and I'm going to do that in a minute, but I want to move the microphone in a little closer because I want you to see just how quiet this unit really is.
But let's first go over a couple of other things. There's a light sensor here so that at night, when it senses that you've either turned off the lights or it's gotten dark, it will dim the other lights in the unit so it doesn't keep you awake. There's a mood light switch here which you can turn on or off. This is the mood light across here. And there is a mode light. And by hitting this mode light, you can put it into pollen mode. And here's what pollen mode will do. Pollen mode, this will continue to change speeds even at night. When it's in silent mode, it'll continue to change speed if it senses pollen in the air. If you don't have it on pollen mode at night, when you go to bed, this will continue to run in what's called silent mode so it doesn't disturb you while you're sleeping. Of course, if you want to dispense with the automatics, you can change the speeds manually. This is silent, this is low, this is medium, this is high, and there is a turbo that I suppose if you ever needed it, you could put it on turbo. I've actually never needed to do that with my other unit. So let's put it back on silent, and then I'm going to bring the microphone over really close to the unit and let's see if you can hear it running. All right, this is a Rode directional microphone, quite good, quite sensitive. I'm going to turn off the other mics in the studio where only this mic is on. Just a minute. All right, so now the unit is running on silent. Let's see if we can hear that. Let's try low. Now let's try medium. Let's try high. Very, very quiet. Let's go back to low. And just so you know, there were no tricks with this microphone. Bet you could hear that. There are many more features and details about the Rabbit Air Purifier lineup at rabbitair.com. Please feel free to go there and take a look. Listen, as a woodworker, I consider the purchasing of any tool to be a serious investment, and I approach any purchase in exactly that way. Well, there's such a thing as making an investment in your health and in the air that you breathe, and this is a good investment. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have bought a second one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.